Besamaab, well, Wemefedus, Adahamla. Besamaab, well, Wemefeskadus, Ahaduamla. Besamaab, well, Wemefeskadus, Ahaduamla. Amen. Yes, good morning, blessed love. So, on with the chapter of the Ethiopian Bible, Genesis chapter 23. And again, it looks like quite a short chapter today. Yesterday was deceptively long, even though it looked short. But this one definitely is quite short. So looking forward to the reading afterwards. Here's the start of the reading. And the life of Sarah is 127 years. Years in the life of Sarah. And Sarah dies in Kirjabara, which is Hebron, in the land of Canaan. And Abraham goes to mourn for Sarah and to lament her. And Abraham rises up from the presence of his dead and speaks to the sons of Heth, saying, A sojourner and a settled I am with you. Give to me a possession of a burying place with you, and I bury my dead from before you. And the sons of Heth answer Abraham, saying to him, Hear us, my lord, a prince of God are you in our midst. In the choice of our burying places, bury your dead. None of our burying places do we withhold from you, from burying your dead. And Abraham rises and bows himself to the people of the land, to the sons of Heth, and he speaks to them, saying, If it is your desire to bury my dead from before me, hear me, and meet me for me with Hephron, son of Zahor. And he gives to me the cave of Malchapel, which he has, which is in the extremity of his field. For full money does he give it to me in your midst, for possession of a burying place. And Ephron is sitting in the midst of the son of Heth. And Hephron the Hittite answers Abraham in the ears of the sons of Heth, and all those entering the gate of the city, saying, No, my lord, hear me. The field I have given to you, and the cave that is in it to you I have given before the eyes of the sons of my people. I have given it to you. Go, bury your dead. And Abraham bows himself before the people of the land and speaks to Ephron in the ears of the people of the land, saying, Only if you would hear me, I have given the money of the field, except from me, and I bury my dead there. And Ephron answers, saying to him, My lord, hear me, the land, 400 shekels of silver between me and you. What is it? Bury your dead. And Abraham listens to Ephron, and Ephron weighs to Ephron, and sorry, let me start that again. And Abraham listens to Ephron, and Abraham weighs to Ephron the silver which he has spoken of in the ears of the sons of Heth, 400 silver shekels, passing with the merchant. And established are the fields of Ephron, which is in Machpelah, which is before Mamre, the field and the cave which is in it, and all the trees which are in the field, which are all around the border, to Abraham by purchase, before the eyes of the sons of Heth, among all entering the gate of his city. And after this, Abraham has buried his wife Sarah at the cave of the field, excuse me, of Malpeh, before Mamre, which is Hebron, in the land of Canaan. And established are the field and the cave which is in it, to Abraham for possession of a burying place from the sons of Heth. For these few words I give thanks. So yeah, interesting chapter. Is very touching chapter, I think. So it's basically documenting the death of Sarah, Abraham's wife, and really what we have here is the Bible's first funeral. Obviously, we've had other deaths in the funeral, but we haven't had a more detailed acknowledgement of how someone deals with death and negotiates death. So it starts off with Sarah dying at the age of 120 years old, and talks about Abraham going into mourning. And then he goes out to try to find a burying place for Sarah. And I think the interesting thing with this is that he's in the land of Canaan, which is where God said that Abraham would be for his descendants and for the nation to be built. But as it says in this chapter, Abraham's still a guest in Canaan. He doesn't own any land for which to bury Sarah. So he negotiates with Ephron to buy an area of land to bury Sarah and all his descendants after that. And Ephron wanted to give him it free, but then they negotiate, and then Ephron agrees to take money, shekels of silver, 400 shekels of silver, um, and Abraham buys the land. So that's the first bit of land that Abraham buys. And legitimately, it's not like a colonial conquest where he's gone in and taken the land, which is what we've seen with the Crusades and other kind of, the colonial movement. I don't need to say anything more on that. So Abraham buys the land in Canaan, and then eventually that land will grow and grow and grow, and it becoming the land of the people of God, the people of Israel. So yeah, really interesting. I think it's a very touching chapter. Abraham taken really care to bury his wife. We've had a very epic journey up to this point so far with Abraham and Sarah and all the things that they've gone through. And I think chapter 23 is kind of a fitting tribute to her life, but also the care that Abraham felt for her, and how he wanted to honor her, but also his future descendants as well. So it's a very short chapter, quite a simple chapter, but also there's deep significance in there as well, I think. So, yeah, I will end the reading there. And yeah, hopefully you find some comfort in hearing that as well. So have a blessed day. Malcolm again, have a good day. And God willing, on to the next chapter reading tomorrow. Blessed love, yet a breath for clear. One God.